A second.
Good evening, everyone. I, Satyam Singh from the Public Relations Committee at the Essential Talk, would love to welcome you all in this webcast. I would like to welcome you all on the following note. May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. We believe in creating a platform for younger generations to gain such knowledge from skilled and experienced guests by bringing everyone together here at TET. We are a student led initiative in which we capture podcasts of learned and brilliant minds from around the world to provide a platform for everybody to acquire and share information and knowledge. Now, I take the opportunity to introduce and welcome our guest for this session, Wing Commander Pushpendra Kumar Dhaka, sir. He joined Indian Air Force in technical branch, and while in service, he acquired his degree in aeronautical engineering and got selected as a commissioned officer with the technical branch in 2003. He then got commissioned as an engineering officer in the Air Force and completed his training at Air Force Academy, Hyderabad, and Air Force Technical College, Bangalore. He has specialized in weapon and missiles, while holding the important positions as an engineering officer. He had completed his post graduation in law from Kurukshetra University. In 2017, he took a premature release from the forces to pursue a full-time career in legal field. And a year later, in 2018, Wing Commander Pushpendra Dhaka came one step closer towards his dream and established his very own law firm by the name of Maverick Legal in New Delhi. We welcome you, sir. I would like
Thank
to
you, Satyam, my
welcome
dear team. Thank you very much for calling me, giving this opportunity.
our pleasure, sir. I'd like to welcome the host for the day, the convener of TET, Tanmay Sharma. Now,
Thank you,
I'm sure
Satyam.
we're all very eager to listen to PK Dhaka. So now, not taking too much of time, I request our host Tanmay Sharma to start with the session. Over to you, Tanmay.
जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, बहती जिसकी रसधार नहीं, हृदय नहीं वे पत्थर है जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं. Wishing you a happy very Republic Day to everyone. Today we have among us Wing Commander Pushpendra Dhaka sir. I welcome you sir on this occasion.
Thank you, Dharma. Thank you very much. It's indeed my pleasure
So
to speak to you on 26th January. Thank you.
thank you sir. So proceeding towards our latest episode, I would like to ask you, sir. 26th January, our Republic Day, is celebrated with joy and enthusiasm all over country, with patriotic dance performance, skits, enactments, and special arrangements like parades and flag hosting. Sir, how do you feel when you see these acts of patriotism on such an auspicious day?
Tanmay, it's a great day not only for me but for all our fellow citizens. And we are indebted to our martyrs and to our freedom fighters because by their sacrifice today we are here. We are able to take the breath in freedom. So 26th January, as name suggests, it's a Republic Day. It's a day of Republic, day for the people. And it always reminds us that yes, our predecessors, our former generations has given their life for our future and present. Coming to the parade, flag hosting, and other celebrations at Rajpath, Delhi. See, we need to educate not only our own people, our own countrymen, but to show to the entire world the might of our country, the diversity which our country has. It goes in the entire world, and within the 2 hours of the program, everything is displayed what we were, what we are today, and what we are going to be tomorrow. It shows our military strength. It shows the fantastic parade by our soldiers. It shows our weapon system, which we have developed, which we are using, and it shows our culture of all the states and technology to our own people that see where we are today and where we were yesterday. And it gives a hidden message that we all should excel in future and maintain our sovereignty, maintain our country in the very, very high spirit.
Sir, I think that celebrating such festivals binds our nation and citizen of our nations, which help us to grow in future. Sir, moving
Yes.
towards our next question. You cleared your Air Force examination in the first go and were in the uniform at very young age. Yet further you went to pursue a degree in law as well. What motivated you to do that?
In fact, defense was my first and only choice of my life. I'm the third generation military officer. My grandfather, my uncle, and after that me. I still remember when my uncle used to come. I was a small kid. Is so he wearing a uniform at that time, full of brass. His personality, his gait, and the kind of respect he used to receive, he used to have in the society, has always motivated me to go towards the defense side. Apart from that, I come from a area that's Western UP, where most of the people join the defense forces. It is, you can say, it is in our blood. So I was lucky enough to be part of the Indian Air Force at the very early age of 17 years. Even it was not even 17; it was 1 month short of 17. At the 18th year, at the age of, you can say, 17 years, I handled the weapons in my hand. I joined a team of fabulous and fantastic people, rather young men across the country. Initially, we didn't go outside. We have a very limited exposure. But when I reported to my training institute, that is in Tamram, Chennai, I realized the world is so big, people are so intelligent, and we made lots of friends. The kind of training, the kind of, you can say, the life we had in at that particular age, when people used to ask the pocket money from their parents, I used to send some amount to my mother and always felt very, very happy. So the first question, like bread and butter was over, and a dream job I already had in my hand. So then I thought that we should not stop at that time. We should have such a qualification, or you can say such a skill, which could be useful not only in Indian Air Force, as in armed forces, but when I joined back to my society. After considering lot of options, I realized law is such a thing that I can serve this society even till I take my last breath. Lawyers are basically, you can say, social doctors or social engineers. Like a doctor, you get the chance to serve the society. Law is such a field. It not only opens your eyes, but definitely it helps your fellow countrymen, your fellow citizen, your fellow service personnel. And that was the reason I took law as you can. Initially it was just as interest, and later on it went into my, you can say, blood. And I really enjoy this profession, and this was the only reason that still I had around 15 to 16 year of service at my credit. But I took premature retirement. Well, let me do some social service also. God has given me enough, the country has given me enough, and let me leave a vacancy for the young generation, because unless I come out, somebody will not get a space. That's all about that.
Sir, even the tiniest alteration in our daily routines often turn us into a state of unrest. On the other hand, sir, you chose to live a life as an Air Force officer after being a civilian, and then to the better it all, took a step towards being a lawyer. So my question to you is, how did you learn the art of balancing your life, and how do you balance this parameter?
Actually, this is a word you might have heard uh, in English. That's the indoctrination. Whatever we do, we cannot straightway jump to a particular lifestyle or a particular conclusion. There is a need of indoctrination. It's a slow pace of training. So At the age was very, you can say, very young, 17 years. And when I joined the service, I was indoctrinated. There's a systematic training. What we used to be in the civil street is not the, you can say, requirement of military services. So the instructors, the system is such, they will train you, they will shape you. First, they will help you to forget all the stuff which is not required there. You have to be focused. So first stage is basic training. And in the basic trainings, your moral values are strengthened, good values are inculcated, discipline, punctuality, acceptance of others' point of view. Then you can say inculcate the habit of a team spirit that is given by the military services. After that, the second stage go to formation of a professional. So it was not difficult because as a young boy you are amenable to the changes. Same was the situation with me. I very quickly adopted, you can say, the all basic requirements of a military person or military officer. And I'll rather say these requirements are not for a military officer, but for a gentleman. To be a perfect gentleman, these are the basic requirements. But in military, these are paramount. You cannot move ahead without these basic characteristics. And slowly now it has become the part of my life. And these characteristics, dedication, sincerity, discipline, punctuality, they helped me even after coming off the service. And in a very, very short period, I had set up my own legal firm. And thank God, by the grace of Almighty, and you can say by my past experience, I have set up a very, very nice profession. And people really appreciate us. So it was not difficult. Very, very within, I think within 2 months we got in the system, and now it has become a part of life.
Sir, one personal question. If someone
Yeah.
is unable to join Army, Air Force or Navy, can he
Uh-huh.
serve towards nation in any other way?
See, if you want to join, if you want to be in uniform, see, Army, Air Force, Navy, these are the uniform services. And why we join the uniform, why we are fascinated towards the, these are the services, yani ki seva. This is not
Yes, sir.
nokri or job. There's a stark difference between nokri and service. So if you want to go in the service, there are many ways. You can join the armed forces. If in case there are lot many intelligent and intellectuals and hardworking people, they are unable to join it because some region or sometimes they may not crack the service selection board. So there is another CAPF, Central Armed Police Forces. That's equally they are doing the fantastic work. They are all doing all the things. Then there's the police is also there. And if somebody just want to go only in the army, there's a provision of uh, territorial army also. If at all you are unable to join the uniform service, and if you do not, you think that I should do something pertaining to services to society, you can do it by setting up a NGO working for the families of the soldiers, families of the martyrs. You can make a society for those people who are, you can say, as I know Tanmay, you are doing law. You
Yes, sir.
can make a small group and you can extend your legal help to the people. Those are in uniform service, they are unable to contest their some cases in civil like property dispute, etc., etc., and you can help them out. So there are plenty of everybody in India who is doing some good work is contributing towards the nation. This I
Very
feel.
true, sir. Very true, sir. Sir, there are a lot of changes one has to make in his habits and behavior and other aspects as well. So my question to you, sir, is when you entered this life of army officer, what changes did you make in your life? Was it difficult to in the beginning, or were you habitual towards this?
See, a very, very fine questions, and the question you have asked me, and we can split into. Definitely, you need to have a change in your lifestyle. So changes are, first is physical, and second is mental. So first and foremost, if you are military, you should be physically and mentally strong. Physically strong, mentally agile. For the physical change, you have to daily do exercise. Your routine starts in the morning of 4:30 or 5 o'clock. From there, you slowly start developing your stamina, and within 1 to 2 months, you get a very good stamina. Further 6 months, that can go. So, in a strong body, a strong mind resides. That you know. The first is this one. Second, the mental setup. You have to follow certain set of rules which are in military. There is no question why and how. If any order is passed, and that is, there is no question of any excuses. Excuses are considered uh, very bad and very unofficer like. You have to find out the solution by any means. Same way, physically also. If any task is assigned to you, you have to make yourself strong and up, and you get a lots of support from the instructors and from your seniors. They will groom you, they will train you. So initially, it was indeed little bit difficult, because at the young age, you can encompass, you can accept the changes very quickly. Your body and mind can easily take over those changes, and the changes are for the betterment. So
Yes, sir.
mental and physical both. So you should be physically fit and mentally agile, and rest all the professional requirements. There's a systematic training in military services. You are given, anybody. It's not required that from the day one you should go as a very you can say professional person. Not required. The military system is training. First basic training, then uh, first stage training, then professional training, uh, uh, then other staff courses. At the end of your service career, you become a very fine gentleman. And these all changes are systematic and slow and sustainable.
Sir, I want to ask you, since people are still apprehensive of girls joining the forces for the reason like POW, etc., what is the on-ground reality of flight cadets in the academy, and what's your take on the flight cadets in the force?
See, you can say flight cadet life, Air Force Academy, Indian Military Academy, Naval Academy, National Defense Academy. These are the cradles. From there, the life of a, an, an officer starts, or in other ranks there are other training institutes. As I have already told, the life at academies is exceptionally good, fantastic, bearing few physical difficulties which one feel at the only initial days. Everything is fun. So physical fitness, your sports, your camps, each and everything is a fun there. You are you automatically get into the system, and morning automatically 4:30 your biological clock ticks, you get up and get into the, and time is so nicely you can say divided in all your schedules. You do each and everything there. You do your social things also, cultural, your academics, your technology, your physical fitness, and your you can say on hobbies, sports, everything. So all the academies are scientifically they train you scientifically, and these methods of training have been devised from the years immemorial, long back. Slowly system is always kept on improved. Now your second question comes about the uh, girls joining the,
Girls,
in Air
yes.
Force. I think in 90s girls had, women have joined, and now they have been given even the permanent commission also in many branches. The question of POWs. Now, see, in the war dimensions, the war scenario changed today. Earlier, a soldier, although infantry still have to do that, the infantryman has to do, and they have to raise their flag on the enemy territory. But most of the other services like Air Force, Navy, and all, it's a technologically oriented system. Face to face battle is slowly is going away. Now, sitting at your desktop, you can hijack the system of any country.
Yes.
You can you can disable their power grid. Imagine if anybody disable our power grid for 6 hours or 8 hours, what will be the condition? Everything will go. Your banking will go. Your you can say your water, your electricity, your life will be paralyzed. So now the question of POW is uh, not that kind of. You must be knowing we have, as per the newspaper reports, we have some of our POs is still in the Pakistani jail, who
Yes, sir.
most of them were the pilots in 1971 war. And uh, recently, this Wing Commander Abhinandan was also taken as
Yes,
a
sir.
POW when he was repenting. In girls, it's not required. Why you want to cross as a women officer? Why you want to cross the boundary line? Today there are the BVR, beyond visual wave missiles. Today there are the missiles. You sit in Delhi, press a button, and it will hit somewhere in Beijing, China, Islamabad, and etc. So this is the unfounded fear. Yes, one question, you apprehension. I'll tell you, and I'll be very vocal and very, you can say, open about it. People do not fear from the girls. They are strong enough, and they can technologically also, physically also, they are strong, except bearing certain some problems which the God has given to our body. But our law is such, fear, sometimes they feel insecure. Reason that in case we are a male dominated society and male dominated military services, we use lot many jargons. We use lot many sometimes words which a boy may not mind, but certainly the girl may. We are still in the and it's not in India, it is in US also. So one, even one false allegation by any women can destroy the life and career of any male person. I am not a male chauvinist, but it's fact. There are, as a law student, Tanmay, you must be knowing how
Yes,
many
sir.
percent of fake allegations are there in this. And I'm not saying, I'm saying in case it goes that. It is not that it is always. There are the people who commit the wrongs and they are supposed to be dealt sternly. But sometimes a misconception, any loose word which is not supposed to be spoken in the presence of women, but is very common for the male people, can land the entire team or the person in soup. That is the reason nobody speaks this list. Nobody says it so, but practically it is, because we are at such a forum. There's no harm. We are a lawyer also. There's no harm of telling the truth. It happens. That's the only problem. Otherwise, women are, I think, 45%. They deserve that.
Yes, sir.
They deserve that.
Sir, moving towards our last question. We all take up some habit when we work in a certain profession. What is that one thing you took up from your profession and made an integral part of your lifestyle? Sir, in addition to this question, I personally want to ask you, can you share any of your lessons from life that you want that we can follow?
See, everybody has certain own set of thought process, and I'll tell you what I still follow, and I'm unable to forget that. That is the punctuality. I'll tell you that is the punctuality. And that is the commitment. I'll tell you. I start from my home at around 8 o'clock. One of my partner also joins me. So if I give him time at 8 o'clock, I am always downstairs dot at 8 o'clock with my handbag. And that, my friend, sometimes get late. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And he always say, "Sir, you do not come out. Please don't come out of your house until I call you. Like we don't want that. You should wait." Then I say, "See, friend, neither I want to wait nor I want somebody to wait for me." And in military, it is 5 minutes early is the rule. Outside in the CV generally, here I can say I think 90% people do not follow it. I don't mind saying this. Like if I have a case in the high court 10 o'clock and there's a physical hearing, I'm there dot 0930 hours. Even I know that my case may come at 1 o'clock, but that has become a habit. And one question you ask me, with this commitment, this punctuality only, I still remember somebody had to file a case in high court, and I committed that I will file it day after morning by 10 o'clock. I had to go to Chandigarh, and I got stuck up. I started from Chandigarh and night around 11:30, 11:30 around, and morning 6 o'clock I was in my chamber without taking bath, without anything. But I was able to file that case by 10 o'clock in the court. So sincerity, sorry, punctuality, sincerity is supposed to be, and commitment you should have in the legal profession. I have come across many people, many people. These two things are quite absent, and I'll tell you, in many students also. We should take it very seriously. You should make the your habit, because they will take you ahead. People will love you. Punctuality and commitment. Do not commit any false thing. If anybody comes to you, tell him that this is the fact, not for the sake of some money or some false, you can say, satisfaction. Always tell the truth, convince, and follow the two things. That's I feel so that I'm doing two things I'm religiously following.
Very true, sir. Sir, there are few questions from the audience as well. Sir, there
Yes,
is a
please.
question from Ms. Ashi Garg. Which part of your career as a wing commander or as a legal professional is better in your opinion, and how?
that is that is the very very difficult question. see,
I can understand, sir.
see, it's depend upon the age. When I was in service, I was a wing commander. I used to enjoy it like anything. I, professional satisfaction, your personal satisfaction, and you can say the your name in the society. When I came as an advocate, this is altogether new ball game. Now I feel that I'm also I was very satisfied. Very happy. But that was by and large for me. But as a lawyer, I derive my satisfaction for the help which I am able to extend to the people. We have done some notable good cases. Some innocent people were we got out from the prison. I got a army personal widow. I got her pension sanctioned for around I think 50 years. Her husband had left army in 1964, and after coming he died. And last year only, not last year, yeah, last year 2021, we filed a case in armed force tribunal, and we won the case, and that lady was granted pension. That's the kind of satisfaction I really enjoy. That yes, even coming out of defense services also, I am able to do something for the families and for the people. I think that answer must satisfy you.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is a question by Aprajita Singh. Do you think women are getting equal opportunity in the uniform services?
uh, Frankly saying, no. Why no? Recently you might have read the newspaper. Even Supreme Court has said that why only 19 vacancies for the women officer they
Yes.
are not getting. And I don't mind, I'll tell you, Uh, I don't know. The government is saying we are encouraging it. Court is also saying you should, but practically it is not happening. They are not getting it. There's no harm of saying the truth. They are not getting. Keeping in view their population, if we consider them, they are 45% or likewise. I'm just giving a rough figure. Maybe they are. I think it's not 50, lesser than 50%. Due to peculiar situations and circumstances of the service, they should be given some more chunk, but they are not being given. Why the military? You see in the police also they are not getting. Why
Yes,
see
sir.
the police? We see in the political party also they are not getting. Are they getting? Absolutely not. And every political
No,
party
sir.
they come and that we are going to give them equal rights to women. This is not. Absolutely, this is not. Nowhere they are getting. Although they are coming closer, but still a long way to go. And I say you should not say we are not getting. You should fight for that. As a lawyer, also you see how many they are still.
They are not.
The number of lawyers are. See the judges in Supreme
Yes,
Court.
sir.
How many judges, women judges are there in Supreme Court till date?
Very few,
But
sir.
situation is changing, and they should not seek the mercy. They should fight it as a matter of right. But
Yes, sir.
that I say must not use, rather misuse the law.
Yes, sir. Sir, personally, I think Article 15.3 has provided a provision for women and children. But like implementation of that provision is still somewhere
Yes,
lacking behind.
yes, it is not. It is not.
Yes, sir. Sir, one common question by Aditya and Anushka. Sir,
Hmm.
how one can become a wing commander? What are the steps to take to become a wing commander? And what do you suggest for the younger generation? How should they prepare for joining or getting through in the army?
Okay, Army, Air Force, Navy. This is the you can
Yes, sir.
say tie services. In Army, wing commander is equivalent to lieutenant colonel, and in Navy it is equivalent to commander. So we can the process of joining starts from National Defense Academy. That is after 10 plus 2. I'll tell you today all the procedure how you can go this thing. If you are you have done your 10 plus 2 or you are studying in 10 plus 2, you can uh, qualify the NDA examination. First written examination followed by service selection board interview, which is 5 days interview. So once you get through and after training, after completion of 13 year, you become a wing commander in Air Force, in Army it's Lieutenant Colonel, in Navy it is Commander. This is going through NDA. Another entry is through technical entry. If you are 10 plus 2, I think 70-80%, there's a particular cut they will do. You'll not be required to go for the written examination of NDA, but you'll get a direct service selection board interview, SSB interview. From there, you will be given a technical entry in Army, Air Force, Navy as the not in Air Force. It is in Navy and it is in Army. Then it's a graduate entry. After completion of your graduation, you have to appear for Air Force FCAT. There's a Air Force Common Entrance Test, Common Admission Test, or CDS, Combined Defense Services Examination, which is conducted by UPSC. And after return, then same your what's called SSB interview. You can get into the academy, pass out, and then you get all the ranks like this. Then there's a further provision of NCCC entry. If you are holding the NCCC certificate, you can directly appear for service selection board interview and be commissioned. Common thing in this is SSB, that is service selection board interview. You have to qualify that service selection board interview, and then only you are eligible to join military services, armed force services as a commissioned officer. As a lawyer, all you or many of you must be law students. After qualifying your LLB degree, You will be called for SSB interview in the JAG, Judge Advocates General Branch.
Yes, sir.
These are the two branch in Army and Navy. In Air Force, JAG branch, there is no direct entry. Only administrative officers branch and Adam officer branch are generally taken into JAG entry. So it is going through the JAG. Then there may be the people, those don't want to go the full time, you can say for military, but they want to serve occasionally. In that case, you can join the territorial army. And the condition is you should be gainfully employed and you should qualify again written test and interview. Written test, interview, and medical examination, these are the prerequisite of. So this is all how you join.
Sir, one personal question.
Yeah.
For joining JAG, as we all are from law stream, for joining JAG, do we need to qualify same qualification as of army, or it is little different?
No, no. For joining in the JAG branch, you should hold a Bachelor of Law degree, LLB degree, and you should have enrolled yourself with the Bar Council of India. After that, periodically, I think twice in a year, Army and Navy gives the Army, Navy, and even the Coast Guard. They give the notifications. There's somewhere there's a written exam. Sometimes it is not, depending upon direct. There's a direct interview. Rather, I'll say there's a direct interview. But vacancies are very limited, like two, three, four maximum. Sometimes there is only two
Yes, sir.
vacancies.
Sir, last but not the least question. There is a large group of young people who are out of touch with a particular field. What message would you want to convey to them? Or what word would you like to spread amongst the generation?
Could you remote out of field? What you want? Just once
Sir,
again.
many people are unaware about the army, how to join the
Okay,
forces.
okay, okay,
Sir,
okay,
what
okay.
message would you like to give?
Yes, 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 yes. See, in our country, military services used to be the top number one around 20 years back, 30 years back. But now, after these MNCs came and lots of other opportunities came, people have started going towards that. Armed forces, again, I'm telling you, these are not a job. You don't get, uh, you can say, paid only. This is a way of life. This is a service. For example, if Tanmay,
Yes, sir.
you are going to, you say that you got an opportunity or an offer to join Google, and Google say that we'll give you, okay, we'll give you 1 crore rupees, 1 CR per annum. Do you think the defense services will give you 1 CR? They will never give you, because
Yes, sir.
we are serving for the. But there are certain things which Google cannot give you, the military services give you.
Yes, sir.
Now, see the condition of software engineers. They are sitting in a cubicle, working a lot,
Yes, sir.
no doubt. Or especially when they are working from home, they are in their quilt and doing coding and decoding. But same time,
Yes,
our
sir.
22 years, 23 years young lieutenant, he is standing at a particular height in snow.
Yes, sir.
And morning 4 o'clock or night 2 o'clock, he is carrying out the operation across the international border. So those who love and like that kind of lifestyle, they find out the ways to go. Apart from that, if you have to make up your mind by seeing the Rajpath parade or by seeing the movies, you should not join the military services, because realities are, we feel very good when somebody is there in the morning 9 o'clock parade, but you don't know the efforts which that
Yes, sir.
gentleman, that soldier has put up. He's up since morning 2 o'clock. If you do not have that kind of guts, if you do not have that kind of mental setup, that you have to sacrifice a lot, you have to sacrifice your physical comfort, you have to sacrifice your, sometimes family life, it demands a lot of sacrifice. But definitely you get paid also, paid in long term. Military services teach you a life, they make you a perfect
Yes,
gentleman.
sir.
And if you follow the basic what has been told to you, there is nothing like that. But again, I'm telling you, if you are, if you get, you can say, easily motivated by the comfort, by the glittering clubs, cars, gadgets, no, that's not the life for you.
Yes.
Okay, so those people who want to join the military services nowadays, lot many things are available on internet. Even earlier, trial services never gave any advertisement. Now they are giving the advertisement also. And for your kind information, the selection rate in defense services very minimal.
Yes,
Sometimes
sir.
that decimal 0.05%, decimal 5%, 1%. So your efforts and your luck. Our former late president APJ Kalam, if you remember, he went for
Yes,
a
sir.
service selection board at Dehradun. He was not recommended. He felt very sudden and bad. But see where he reached, where he rose.
Yes, sir.
So we should. What is in our destiny? We don't know. We should not desire. We should deserve, and we should think it. Wherever I am, I will follow these basic rules of my life, the basic principle. I know many civilian people. They are as strong, as sincere, as disciplined as any military person. So this is my suggestion. You can live life as a soldier in the being in this society by following some basic principles. Just see what are the requirements: same discipline, same punctuality, same respect for the women, same care for the society. But difference is that you may not wear the uniform. Rest you can do everything.
Yes, sir.
You cannot take the gun and shoot in the the enemy, and it's not easy. Easy also.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, thank you for sharing your lessons from life and your knowledge. Sir, now I would like to call upon Satyam for the vote of thanks.
Thanks, Tanmay.
Thank you so much, Tanmay. On behalf of the entire
Thank you,
team
Satyam.
of TET, I take this opportunity to thank our guest, Dr. PK Dhaka sir, for enlightening us all with words of wisdom. We've all learned a lot from this session. Thank you, sir, once again for sparing time from your busy schedule and being here with us today. It was
Thank
indeed
you,
a
Satyam, and
very
your team.
insightful session
My
for
best
all of us.
wishes. My best wishes to you and to your team and all the students. May God shower His blessing on you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I call upon our President Yatharth Kaushik and our convener Veerav Khanna to propose the vote of thanks.
Very good evening, sir. And indeed, sir, it was a really motivating event for all of us since we all are law students and you are practicing lawyer in Delhi. So it was very relatable and very interesting for all of us. And personally, for me, it was very special podcast because I was very keen to bring armed forces officials over this platform. So with you, it's a start for this the essential talk episodes of armed forces. So thank you so much for being on the show, sir.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, it was an honor to have you on board, sir, on this special occasion of Republic Day. Thank you for enlightening us with the facts, the realities, I would say, and the motivation. That especially that you mentioned about how in other ways you can also give service to the country. You yourself is a very big example. You're practicing law and giving the social service to the society. I really appreciate that answer. It was really an honor to have you on board. I thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vaibhav, and best of luck. Jai Hind. God
Thank you,
bless
sir.
you.
Jai Hind,
Do
sir.
well.
Jai
You
Hind,
are
sir.
the future
Jai
of the
Hind,
Thank
sir.
you,
country.
Jai
sir.
Hind. Jai Hind.
I'm grateful for all our viewers for joining this event today and making it a grand success. As we're nearing the end of the podcast, I'd like to quote Swami Vivekanand. Take up an idea, devote yourself to it, struggle on in patience, and the sun will rise for you. That's all for today, folks. We'll be back here next week. Looking forward to meeting you all again to exchange tons of knowledge from the best ones out there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Tanmay, we can now stop the live.